Hey friends, how's it going? My name is Dillon. Welcome back to Dillon's Pickle Panel. Today I've got something a little bit different. I have Grassroots Prairie Kitchen Homestyle Dill Pickles. So I got these from the Forks Market out in Winnipeg. Took a trip out to Canada. That was really fun. I got them for $8.75, which in Canadian dollars would translate to roughly $7 for American dollars. And I picked this one up off the shelf because, it looks very small, like a small business made these, maybe someone even made them at home and then started selling them in their own personal business at the market. So it looks really good. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Remember, we have 3 categories for scoring: packaging, brine, and the pickles. First up, packaging. So looking at this, I see very vibrant yellow and white label. On the back, it's got a very small label. They probably just printed these out at home and stuck them right on the back. Looking at the bottom, it's got nice textured knurl. Big windows in the back. Unfortunately, we don't have any textured grip on the tops, and it's kind of a warm day, and this pickle jar is really cold, so it's going to make it hard to get a good grip when it's sweating like that. Oh, okay. Wasn't too bad. All right. So, packaging, we'll go ahead and give that a... I'm going to give it a 7. It looks like novel. It looks small, a small company. So the brine, aroma, clarity, and flavor. So we'll go ahead and give that a good smell. Okay. Really, I'm just getting the vinegar. I'm reading the label here. Vinegar, pickling, spice, dill, garlic, and salt. So I'm getting a lot of vinegar, a little bit of salt, just a little bit of garlic. It also smells very fresh, very refreshing. I'm going to give that aroma, an 8 out of 10. Clarity. So I like my pickles pretty clear. I don't like a lot of floating stuff. Something I learned though is that a lot of smaller companies, artisanal pickles, will do more elements that float in there, the garlic, the dill. It's not a bad thing, you of course have to stir it up to get the flavors moving, but not something I particularly like. So the clarity here, I'm seeing big chunks of garlic, big chunks of peppercorn, like full dill leaves with stems. I'm sure it's doing the flavor justice, but again, something I don't like seeing. It is very clear though, like there's absolutely minimal cloudiness to here. I can kind of see it through an angle. I think the fogginess I'm seeing is from the glass sweating, so it actually looks really good. Let's give the clarity a 6. I'm going to give the clarity a 6. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into that flavor. Oh, that is delicious. Okay, so that flavor, not overpowering at all. A light sweetness, and there is a good amount of sour. I would say sour to sweet ratio is 8 sour to sweetness. Yeah, that is delicious. Oh, and there's the dill. Yeah. So at that second sip, there was a lot of, I felt the sour kind of kicking in. I can feel it in my eyes a little bit. And I feel the garlic in the end now. So it was sour, then it came into the dill flavoring, which was very green. I could taste the greenness in the dill, and then it finished with the garlic flavor. Very good. Yep, there's the dill. Sour. And just a little bit of garlic at the end. Alright. Wow, flavor, I'm going to give that one, there's a little bit of saltiness too. Wow, that is delicious. I'm going to give that a 9. That is delicious on the flavor. So, the pickles have 6 categories: size, shape, color, texture, flavor, and crunch. So, first, I'm getting excited. I've already picked up before. I would say the size here, we have a range of small pickles. I'll just pull one out here. I'll classify this one as a small. To, let's see, there's slightly bigger ones in here. I'm just going to set these out to the side so you can see. We got a small one here. I would say that's a large small. This one's pretty curled. And as I get lower in the jar, I've got some larger pickles. Well, this is a medium-sized pickle, I would say. And then I've got another larger one down here, just so you can kind of see the variety. So we've got, I'm going to put this one back. We've got a variety of sizes here, just kind of side by side. I kind of like that. I understand with smaller pickle manufacturers, with a large company, let's say, they can standardize their pickles a little bit better. In this situation, knowing that it's a small company, I kind of like that they added that variety of large and small pickles. Might not be everybody's favorite, but I'm gonna say that scoring would be a solid 8. Now shape. This is where it's gonna suffer. I have some very curved pickles over here. This one's almost as curved as the can lid. This one's a little bit straighter. This one is very straight. This one that I pulled out. Try not to damage it too much. Yeah, this one looks very good. And then I have another one in here that's very, very curved. So, shape consistency, not very great. I'm going to have to give it probably closer to a 3, just because they're not very uniform. I, of course, enjoy a uniform. I personally just like manufactured large company pickles, of course, with the small company flavor, which is very hard to do. So, that's kind of where my head is at. So, looking at the color, a lot of this color looks very good. I'm seeing dark greens in this one. I'm seeing light greens in that one. Light greens over here. This one has a very interesting gradient. It's very striated. I'm seeing lines that come from the top to the bottom. One side here is even brighter than the other side over here. Could have been how it was set in the jar, or just naturally how it was when it was growing. Color consistency, not very good. I'm going to have to give that a 3 as well. Next would be the actual eating portion. Texture, flavor, and crunch. So, pressing into these, they seem pretty firm. I'm hoping for a decent crunch here. So I'm going to try this little one and see how that is on the texture. Wow, that's good. So I remember eating the small pickles, the gherkins, and they had this rubbery texture. Same with the Good and Gather. Those ones were terrible on the texture. This small pickle here, smooth. Love it. There are a little bit of bumps on the outside. Not very large or prominent, or they're not hard to chew through at all. Wow, texture, we're going to give that a 7. Okay, flavor, very dynamic flavor, just like the brine. So let me try one more bite here, and then I'll tell you about the crunch. Yeah, so what happens is I'm feeling the sour, very crunchy all the way through actually, even for that small one. Very crunchy all the way through, very sour in the start, and then the flavors of the brine, the dill, the garlic, the pepper and salt come after. Very interesting. And I do want to just try this big one actually, just to kind of get an idea of how the bigger ones are crunched. Interesting. Okay, so the larger one, also very, very crunchy. Actually, I'm going to give that crunch a 9 just right now. Fantastic. Flavor, very dynamic again. This one started off with the dill, had more of the brine flavor in the middle, and then again the garlic at the end. I'm actually really interested in the flavor of this. Yeah, that dill and garlic are almost aromatic. It's delicious though. Wow. Flavor, I'm going to give that flavor an 8. That is very great. So give me a minute and then we'll come back and we'll check out these scores. Okay, welcome back. I was very interested on how the score turned out. It got a 68 out of 100. So to me, that's kind of low considering how good this pickle was, but just a review here. The flavor and crunch. So flavor of the brine was a 9 out of 10, and the crunch for the pickle was also 9 out of 10, highest scoring items. The lowest scoring items were the shape and color. Also understandable given that it's a smaller pickle company. Recommendations for this? Honestly, this is just a great pickle on its own. This would be something I'd love to see sliced and put on my sandwich. Also, speared on the side. So this is just a great pickle overall. Again, 68 over 100. Kind of a low scoring, but again, this is just how the scoring system is working itself out. I'm kind of impressed. I like it so far. Again, highly recommend this pickle, regardless of the scoring. Highly recommend it. If you ever find yourself in Winnipeg, Canada, go out to the Forks Market, go out to Grassroots Prairie Kitchen. This is not sponsored in any way, and check them out. They have a lot of products. I know they make it probably in a smaller area just because seeing this packaging here. It's also just a really cool place to check out. There's lots of stores in there, lots of restaurants on the lower floor. Just 10 out of 10, cool place. Next, however, I'm still up in the air. Up next, I want to do a pickle popcorn. I've seen a few good ones at the store, so I'm hoping to get my hands on one of those. Till then, see you next time. Bye.